In our previous video, we analyzed the wreckage of the junior job market. We looked at why the entry-level ladder has been electrified and pulled up. But today, we stop mourning the old world and enter the command center. In 2026, a new class of professional has emerged. They aren't developers, though they build systems. They aren't managers in the traditional sense, though they lead teams. They are the AI architects. While everyone else is worried about an AI taking their job, the AI architect is busy creating 50 new jobs and hiring silicon to do them. This is the Capital Codex Guide to Becoming a Cognitive Architect. By the end of this video, you won't just know how to use AI. You will know how to build an autonomous empire where you are the only human on the payroll. This is the step-by-step roadmap to the most resilient career of the decade. Before you can lead, you must understand your subordinates. In 2024, we were playing with assistants. In 2026, we are deploying reasoning agents. The agents we manage today, like those powered by NVIDIA's Nemotron or OpenAI's reasoning models, don't just predict the next word. They exhibit self-verification. They have working memory. If they make a logical error in a complex financial audit, they catch themselves, backtrack, and recalculate before you ever see the draft. As an AI architect, you aren't managing a search engine. You are managing persistent logic units. These agents can use tools. They can browse your Databricks Lakebase, query your Salesforce Agentforce clusters, and interact with the physical world through vision language action models like NVIDIA Cosmos. Your value in this era is not your ability to do the work. It is your domain intuition. You need to know what correct looks like so you can tell the machine when it's drifting. The anatomy of an agent is silicon and code, but the soul of the operation is your intent. Let's get tactical. The single most important skill of the AI architect is decomposition. A junior employee waits for a task. An AI architect takes a business objective, something vague like perform a hostile takeover analysis of a mid-cap fintech firm, and breaks it into atomic actions. To see how this works in the real world, let's look at a hypothetical scenario. Imagine you're a consultant tasked with a high-stakes job. You have 48 hours to evaluate a fintech startup for a potential hostile takeover. In the old world, you'd be pulling an all-nighter with a team of 4 junior analysts. But as an AI architect, you just deploy your fleet. If you give that massive prompt to a single AI, it's going to get overwhelmed and give you a mediocre, hallucinated mess. But when you decompose that mission into a factory of agents, that's where the magic happens. First, you set up your scraper. Its only job is to live on the edge of the live web, mining SEC filings and trawling through social sentiment on X to spot any red flags from the last 2 days. Next, you hand that data to your quant. This agent doesn't care about the news. It only cares about the math. It's stress testing the startup's balance sheet against a surprise 3% interest rate hike. And finally, you bring in the auditor. This one is the cynic. It's cross-referencing the executive board's past exit strategies to see if they're actually planning to jump ship. You see what happened there? You broke a $50,000 problem into a series of atomic tasks. In 2026, we call this the tree of thoughts methodology. You aren't just asking for a result anymore. You're designing a path where these agents actually debate the best way to solve each subproblem. If you aren't decomposing your work like this, you aren't actually an architect. You're just a glorified prompter. Now, let's talk about your fleet. A common mistake I see is model loyalty. Being a fanboy of one single AI model is a recipe for obsolescence. An AI architect is model agnostic. You hire the best tool for the specific slot in your decomposition. For example, you use GPT-6 for high-level common-sense reasoning and strategy. You use Claude 4 for deep, empathetic long-form content or technical documentation because of its superior human-like nuance. You use specialized domain-specific language models for legal and medical tasks where general models are too risky. In 2026, the Model Context Protocol has become our standard operating system. It allows your agents to plug into any data source, be it a legacy SQL database or a real-time satellite feed, without you writing a single line of integration code. Your job is to be the chief procurement officer of intelligence. You buy the best tokens from the best providers to build the best outcome. With great power comes the risk of infinite technical debt. If you have 50 agents working for you 24/7, you are producing more output than any human in history. But if that output is unverified, it's worthless. This is where you pivot from creator to auditor. You must implement automated governance. In 2026, we don't check the agents ourselves. We hire critic agents. You build a system where Agent X does the work, and Agent Y is programmed to find every reason why Agent X is wrong. Only when they both agree does the work hit your desk. This is the human-in-the-loop paradox. The less work you do, the more responsibility you have for the final result. You aren't checking for typos, you are checking for ethical alignment and strategic truth. You are the seal of approval. In the 2026 economy, trust is the only currency that hasn't been devalued by AI. As an AI architect, you are the guardian of that trust. Let's talk about the money. Why is the AI architect the highest paid role in 2026? Because of arbitrage. A traditional consulting firm charges $500 an hour for a junior associate's time. But that associate costs the firm $100 an hour in salary, benefits, and office space. You, the AI architect, can deliver the same output using $5 worth of tokens and 10 minutes of your time to review the work. You are selling systems, not hours. Companies in 2026 are desperate. They have fired their junior staff but still have junior-level problems that need solving. When they hire you, they aren't hiring a worker, they are hiring an automated solution. You can charge $10,000 for a project that costs you $50 in compute and 2 hours of oversight. That isn't just a job, that's a money-printing machine. So how do you start? You don't need a PhD. You need curiosity. Here is a simple 4-week action plan to start with. Week 1. Audit your current life. Identify the 3 most repetitive tasks you do. Not just writing emails, but the data gathering behind the emails. Week 2. Master decomposition. Use a tool like Linear or Miro to map out every single microstep of those tasks. Week 3. Build your first single-agent workflow. Use a platform like Salesforce Agentforce or Microsoft Copilot Studio to automate one of those tasks from start to finish. Week 4. Scale. Connect 2 agents together. Make them talk. Make them argue. Make them work while you sleep. The difference between a casualty of the hollowing out and someone who rides the next wave is action. Stop watching demos. Start building flows. We have covered a lot today. We've moved from the anatomy of silicon to the economics of scale. But this is only the beginning. Everything we've discussed, decomposition, curation, governance, relies on one assumption, that you are the one connecting the dots. But what happens when the bots start connecting the dots for each other? In my next video, we are taking the final leap. We are exploring multi-agent systems. I'll show you why one AI is officially a relic of the past and how you can build digital squads, teams of bots that collaborate, specialize, and innovate without a single human prompt. If you found value in this deep dive, make sure to check out my first video on the death of the junior employee and our ongoing series on 2026 AI trends. Subscribe to the Capital Codex to ensure you are the architect of your own future, not just a passenger in someone else's. The future is autonomous. The only question left is, will you be the one in charge? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.